Welcome back to our listening lesson, a pre-intermediate level. The topic of today is Explore an issue, genetically modified food. Before we come to the new lesson, I have prepared a small game for you to check your previous lesson. I believe that all of you have heard about the fairy tale Snow White. The wicked stepmother turns into an old lady trying to seduce Snow White to eat the poisoned apple. She offers 2 apples, but there's one poisoned. Your mission is to find the correct answer as an unpoisoned apple in order to rescue Snow White. In this game, we have 5 questions in total. If you choose the correct answer, the box will turn green, and Snow White will live till the next day. Otherwise, you hear the sound Game over, so that you know you failed to rescue Snow White. Let's get started. The first question. What is the antonym of satisfaction? A. Dissatisfaction, or B. Unsatisfaction? What is your choice? Look at this. The prefixes dis and un are used to give opposite or negative meanings to adjectives, adverbs, or nouns. Sometimes these 2 prefixes are interchangeable, but sometimes they are not. You need to remember, or in other words, you need to learn by heart all the words you encounter. In this case, the right answer. The antonym of the word satisfaction is dissatisfaction. So, the answer is A. Very good. The next one, number 2. Which of the following is a type of North African food made from crushed wheat? A. Spaghetti, or B. Couscous? What is your choice? Have you reviewed the previous lesson? Spaghetti is a type of pasta which is made in the form of long thin strings, not crushed. Therefore, the final answer is couscous. Let's check. That's right. The next one. Question number 3. Which of the following that best substitutes for enchanted in this sentence? The princess lives in an enchanted castle. A. Secret, or B. Bewitched? Which one? Firstly, you need to find the meaning of the word enchanted in the sentence. What does it mean? It means being put a magic spell on. So, the word sacred or the word bewitched has the same meaning. The word sacred is an adjective, means considered to be holy and deserving respect, especially because of a connection with religion or some kind of God. So, you know the right answer? Yes, it's B. Bewitched. means being put a magic spell on. Let's check. That's right. Number 4. What are people who have no harm called? A. The harmless, or B. Harmlessness. They are both now, but the harmless used to indicate the people. Meanwhile, harmlessness used to indicate the state, the condition, when people have no harm. This question are asking for the people. What are people who have no harm called? So, the final answer is A, the harmless. To the next question, the final question of this game. Is the verb that means giving food to a person, group, or animal? This question is asking for a verb, so need to find the verb out of this word, feed or feed. So, the answer is B, feed. How about the word feed? Feed is a human body part. It's not a verb, it's a noun. That's all of the game. Congratulations, you are the winner. You have rescued Snow White and scared away the witch. Now we are moving to the new lesson of today. Before giving you listening tasks, I'll provide you with some new vocabularies. Look at the picture. You can see that everything is covered with snow. This word is a noun, which means a weather condition in which the air temperature falls below the freezing point of water. What is it? Can you guess? Yes, it's frost. Repeat, frost. I have an example for you to illustrate how to make sentence with this word. Look, frost has made a beautiful pattern on the window. Next. The second word is also a noun. Can you guess a noun, which means a long period when there's little or no rain? We can easily get some clues from the illustration. The temperature seemed extremely high. Rivers ran, the grass dropped. What is the word? Yeah, the word is drought. The word to describe that condition is drought. Repeat after me, please. Drought. Very good. A severe drought has ruined the crops. Nothing can grow in the ground. Next, this is a name of one type of food which is produced from plants or animals whose DNA has been altered through genetic engineering. For your information, scientists have worked in the labs and fields to make change to food by putting chemistry into them. What is it? It is genetically modified food, or you can call it GM food in short. Can you tell me a word used to indicate any wild plant that grows in unwanted place, especially among shrubs or garden plants? What is it? I bet some of you know it. It is weed. Repeat, please. Weed. Weed. Excellent. Let's analyze the example. Routine maintenance of the garden consists of keeping weeds under control. To keep the garden always be organized, the gardener should clean the weeds frequently. Okay. Those are all the new vocabularies I want to give you, and I think they will help you a lot to fully understand the recording as well as to work more efficiently on the task. Video, then answer the questions. What is the problem in the recording? What is the solution for the problem in the recording? And what are two opposite points of view in the recording? I'll let you watch the video just one time. So, what should you do? You need to take down all the words that you think they are important to answer those questions. Okay, let's watch.
There are over 850 million people going hungry in the world today. That's a big number, but what does it mean exactly? This might help clear things up. It's more people than live in the United States, Canada, and Europe combined. Every 5 seconds, somewhere in the world, a child dies of hunger. Hunger is the #1 health risk facing the world. Most of the people going hungry live in farming communities. Natural disasters like flooding, tropical storms, and drought often destroy their crops. In many farming communities, only 1 or 2 types of crops can be grown on the land. If people don't eat a variety of foods, they don't get all the vitamins and nutrients that they need. They are more likely to get sick. There are many groups working to help feed hungry people, but it's clear that more needs to be done. The question is, what? Some suggest the use of genetically modified foods. Scientists have found a way to use technology to create more food. The technique is called genetic engineering. Scientists work in laboratories to create strong crops that insects won't eat. They can also add vitamins and other extra nutrition to the foods, so that one type of crop can keep people healthy. Scientists can even make crops that grow in droughts and unexpected frosts. It sounds like a great solution, doesn't it? Well, not everyone agrees. Like most issues, there are 2 sides to the debate over genetically modified foods. Some people argue that the technology used to make these genetically engineered foods is too new. They say we don't know enough about how the food affects people and the environment. For example, the pollen from genetically modified foods might mix with weeds to create superweeds. The pesticides needed to kill these weeds would be bad for the environment. Opponents also say that genetically engineered foods might be harmful for humans to eat. They think that more research must be done to make sure that these foods are safe. Until this research is done, we should find other ways to feed hungry people. On the other hand, supporters of genetically modified foods feel that there is no time to waste. They say that people are starving now, and something must be done right away. They feel that the benefits of these foods far outweigh the risks. What do you think? Before you make a decision one way or the other, do research on both sides of this argument. That way, you can fully understand the issues and you can decide for yourself.
Alright, the answers. For question number 1, what is the problem in the recording? Let you hear the keyword.
There are over 850 million people going hungry in the world today.
Try to recall. Remember this impressive feature. 850 million people living under hunger. Crops are ruined. A lot of people don't have enough food to eat and are going to sick. A lot of people are waiting for food, drink, and charity. So, the answer for this question is hunger. Hunger happens all over the world. Hunger is the main problem of the recording. Question number 2. What is the solution for the problem in the recording?
Some suggest the use of genetically modified foods. Scientists have found a way to use technology to create more food.
In this dramatic scenery, what action do they take? Scientists have worked hard and finally they have found a new type of food called GM food, or genetically modified food. The advantages of this type of food is that they can be produced massively and give much more output, and they live stronger against the drought and other harsh weathers. So, the answer for question number 2 is the use of genetically modified foods. Okay, the last question. What are two opposite points of view in the recording?
Well, not everyone agrees. Like most issues, there are two sides to the debate over genetically modified foods. Some people argue that the technology used to make these genetically engineered foods is too new. They say we don't know enough about how the food affects people and the environment. For example, the pollen from genetically modified foods might mix with weeds to create superweeds. The pesticides needed to kill these weeds would be bad for the environment. Opponents also say that genetically engineered foods might be harmful for humans to eat.
Besides approval, there are a lot of people who are against the use of GM food. They go on parade to against the use of GM food. And they prefer organic food because they think that GM food may harmful to the people and the environment. So, genetically modified foods can resolve the hunger, but they might badly affect humans and the environment. Let's correct these answers in your notebook. Okay, now we're going to the next task. Watch the video one more time, then fill in the blanks with no word than one word. It means that only one word can be filled in the blank. We have one short passage with 5 blanks, so that you need to find the word appropriate in the blank. First of all, you need to determine the best suitable type word that should be filled in the blank. Some people argue that the technology used to make these genetically ... foods is too new. So the blank stands between genetically and foods. Genetically is verb and foods is noun. So between adverb and noun, we need an adjective. Blank number 2, with. With is preposition. So after preposition, we have two situations. Can be a noun or it can be a gerund. For we need the word stand at the beginning of the sentence to function as the subject of the sentence. So it needs to be a noun or a gerund. The last blank, number 5, might be ... So after to be, we need an adjective or a noun. Let's listen again and check the answer.
Some people argue that the technology used to make these genetically engineered foods is too new. They say we don't know enough about how the food affects people and the environment. For example, the pollen from genetically modified foods might mix with weeds to create superweeds. The pesticides needed to kill these weeds would be bad for the environment. Opponents also say that genetically engineered foods might be harmful for humans to eat.
Okay, let's correct the exercise. Number 1. Engineered. In this context, genetically engineered foods has the same meaning to genetically modified foods, which are foods that have been changed their DNA through genetic engineering. Moving on, number 2. Weeks is a noun but in plural form. Therefore, you have to add s. Blank 3. Pesticides is also a plural form. 4. Opponents. Opponents are people who still refuse to eat GM foods. The last one, number 5. We have the adjective harmful. Alright, it's all for today's lesson. Here's your exercise. The homework. I would like you to revise all the vocabularies. Besides that, think about the use of GM foods and write a paragraph, at least 150 words, to explain if you agree or disagree with the use of GM foods. Thanks for listening. See you again.